have a new comedy. And in the new movie Monster-in-Law, Jennifer Lopez stars as a bride-to-be at war with her fiancé's meddling mom, played, if you can believe it, by Jane Fonda. Take a look.
Just so you know, the crying bits are getting old.
Just so you know, Kevin likes his girls thin.
Oh, well, I could always get liposuction. I've been meaning to ask, is it painful?
That maid of honor bit. Priceless.
Well, you know what they say, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer.
Aren't they wonderful? Please welcome back Jane Fonda and Jennifer Lopez. That's right. Cross your leg the right way. Be good to your mother-in-law. Listen, I have to gush a little bit because I said it to you. I said it at the opening of the show. But such a good book, Jane. I mean, just the most wonderful autobiography. I just hope that everybody who can gets a chance to read it. And what a joy to have you back with us.
Thank you so much.
Oh, and by the way, the character, the newscaster in whom you play, is not me, right?
Only in the degree of her fame. I mean, when you say to someone, this is a woman who's interviewed all the heads of state and leaders of the world, the only person you can say is like Barbara Walters.
Exactly. Okay, thank you, but not the rest.
No, not the rest.
So listen. Not the bad part. So there are a few women who have had as much written about them as the two of you. So when you met, and you must have had some kind of preconceived, when you heard you were going to be, it was going to be Jane Fonda, I want to know what you thought it was going to be and what she turned out to be, and the same thing with you, about Jennifer.
Me first? You first?
Yeah, sure, you go first.
Well, when I found out she was doing it, obviously I was thrilled, because you think to yourself, who's going to play this role? It's got to be somebody great, you know what I mean? And Jane hadn't done a movie in 14 years, so, I mean, it didn't even come to my head that she would do it. And when you hear, like, Jane Fonda wants to do the role, I was like, what? Oh, my God. I was totally excited, just over the top. When I met her, I don't know, I was just kind of just a little bit nervous inside. You know, you get anxious, and we had a little rehearsal.
We sat on the floor.
I was sitting on the floor when she walked in, so it made she look even bigger and more intimidating than I had imagined her in my head. And but there she was, Jane Fonda, and we just sat down and we started talking about the script, and turned out to be, you know, great, just working together, just two professionals just doing their thing.
That's right.
So it was fun.
Yeah.
And what did you think, Jane?
Same thing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I didn't know. I thought she maybe was going to be a diva, you know.
Yeah. I just dressed like one.
Mostly, I would sit opposite her in a scene and just like, I said to you once, she's like, oh my God, you know, the skin. I mean, she's just, you know, it's just incredible to be sitting opposite someone so beautiful.
Oh God. I'm turning all red. I don't really turn red.
And then we do a lot of physical comedy together. You know, I hit on her a lot.
Yes.
And I mean, and I sleep with her.
I was officially abused in this movie.
That's right. Yeah. I got to sleep with Jennifer.
Wow. And beat me some more.
And then beat her up a lot. And what's so great, because she's a dancer, you know, she knows how to choreograph stuff. So she was really good directing me on how to do it, so I wouldn't really hurt her.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, because
I just basically begged, please don't hurt me.
Well, I wanted to ask you that, because these are incredibly physical roles, both of them. And, you know, you're pushing her face into a cake, and then you're beating and slapping each other like the wedding scene in the bride's room. Right before you're about to get married. Which is one of my favorite scenes. And I just think you didn't use... Looks like you're really hitting each other.
We were slapping each other.
Oh, you were actually touching each other?
No, we were slapping each other. We weren't touching each other. Literally, like, you would hear the slap.
Yeah. Did you hurt each other?
Well, yes. One time she did. She did. She hit me. Her diamond ring caught me on my eyebrow. Oh. But she didn't mean to. It wasn't on purpose.
No, but Jay, you were the one who said, let's slap each other.
Was it me?
Yes.
I thought it was you.
It wasn't me.
Oh,
I said we could do it if you wanted. But you were like, yeah, slap me. I was like, okay.
You know what, Jane? I don't remember that chapter in your book about your tendency to like slapping.
She hits me with a frying pan, an iron frying pan in the movie.
You play such a monster.
I know, isn't she great?
Oh, she's great.
I love this character.
I mean, you have a grown son and a daughter. And Monday, you know, will be a mother-in-law. I mean, what kind of a mother-in-law do you think you're going to be?
Saintly.
Saintly.
Totally perfect, yes.
Did you, being married 3 times, did you think back to any of your mother-in-laws?
I had great mother-in-laws.
None of this comes from any past history?
No. No, I kind of based the character on Ted Turner a little bit.
She said you based the character on Ted.
You heard it right.
Mae West and Ted Turner.
Which part was Ted Turner?
The phony crying.
Oh, wow.
Ted can't really cry. That kind of thing. And just the over-the-topness.
Great.
Wow. You know, I mean, I had 10 years with him to see what over-the-top is like. Up close and personal and how it can be lovable.
Yeah.
Because you're still friends.
You are so honest.
Yeah.
I love it.
She is. That's her book is like that.
Yeah.
So, Jen, okay, you...
Let's just keep talking about Jane. I love that.
No, seriously, though. Have you ever encountered a mother-in-law or a mother of someone you're dating who was not nice? That didn't like you?
No. Obviously, I've been asked this question a lot this week. No, I haven't. The moms always have liked me. I've been lucky that way. But my mom, not so much.
Okay, now I know your mom.
You know my mom. My mom's great, by the way.
But
She's
she'll
amazing.
tell it like it
Happy
is.
Mother's Day, Ma. Okay. Just to smooth over the whole wrath I'm going to take later.
But will she check? I mean, will she literally?
She's very picky. Super, super picky. And she did not like everybody.
So how does she let you know? Does she?
She just says it.
Straight up.
Just like, I don't like him.
In front of
He's not good for you. You know, whatever.
Does that influence you, or you just say, oh, who cares?
You know, you don't listen to your mom in that sense. You know what I mean? Afterwards, you're like, you know, when she's like, I told you so.
Yeah,
she's right.
And, well...
That's the thing.
Well, I don't know that really goes, though. Do you know what I mean? Because things take their course sometimes, and whatever happens, it doesn't mean she was right. It just means I don't want to be there anymore.
You think you've had this conversation before with her?
Yes, I have.
She has a vibe. She has an intuition. Listen to your
I'm sure, and I'm sure when I have kids, I'll understand and all that. But for the meantime, you know, I take her advice, I listen to it, but I make my own choices. Yeah. To my own detriment sometimes.
Okay, we'll be right back with more of Jane Fonda and Jennifer.
My son, the brilliant surgeon, is gonna marry a temp.
At least I'm stronger than this. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Oh my God, I can't believe this.
So congratulations. So pleased that you're going to be my daughter-in-law. Oh, congratulations.
I can't believe this.
So happy for you.
I love it.
And that was a clip from Monster-in-Law. We're back with Jane Fonda and Jennifer Lopez. Now, that is a funny scene, okay?
There's some really funny scenes in this movie. Really, really funny
There's some
ones.
very funny scenes, but I must say I saw it. I'm, in a screening. I'm watching, going along, that scene, the whole thing, very funny. And then I think, did they just take a shot at us at The View? I want you to see this clip. It's great. Take a look at this.
And good morning to you, too.
Ruby, is that you?
And here.
Oh my God, is she all right? I thought she went to bed.
I don't know. I haven't seen her like this since The View won an Emmy.
They took a shot.
total shock.
We're the same way. We're pretty much in shock too.
We don't have to do that. It's coming up next week.
You know, we were talking in the break about something interesting, that when you're young and in this business, you make a lot of mistakes, and then you're doing it in public. And I was reading in this article about you, I believe it was in Vogue, that you said that you were very obsessed with Ava Gardner and Frank Sinatra's relationship.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
I don't know. I just thought they were like glamorous, and you know, he was the singer, and he was kind of cool, and she was like this movie star. I don't know. I always just liked that era and that time. And, you know, and I love music and movies, so I guess it was just.
But they had a public divorce.
Well, you know what I didn't know?
Tumultuous,
Yeah, it was a very tumultuous relationship. But what I didn't know is how, like, I was like, the thing was, I was like, they never get talked about. They never got talked about in the press. Or blah, 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 blah.
Oh, they did. Yes,
but it was they had gossip columns back then, because I I got into it and I read about it, and so they took a beating too.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't feel so bad.
Jane, we were talking about the book in the break, and we've been talking about it since you were on the last time. Because you were very honest, what has your family said about the things that are in the book, the ex-husbands and your own kids? They've been excited about it?
First of all, nothing that I said in the book I hadn't discussed with them over the years, and they saw the book, and so did my ex-husbands.
I thought that was amazing.
Why?
Not that you wrote about them so frankly, and then you showed it to them before the book was published. That usually doesn't happen. I thought that was quite... No.
It doesn't?
No.
That's because most people aren't speaking to their ex-husbands. That's the difference.
Do you speak to all your ex-husbands?
I sleep? No.
Welcome to the View.
Welcome to the View.
You say in your book that Tom Hayden was a good parent, right? That
Fabulous.
He was good at parenting.
Yeah, and so was my first husband.
Roger Vadim?
Right. And yes, I am friends with all of them. Vadim is dead, but he used to always come with us for Christmas vacations. I was always afraid that if I didn't invite him to spend Christmas with us, then I wouldn't see my daughter. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Once you have children, you never really can separate forever from someone.
Exactly.
So much to talk about. Well,
you know, in the movie you play, among other things, sort of a struggling designer, and you are known for your sense of fashion.
she has her own fashion line.
Yes.
It's
It
got
is
very
hot.
good
It is
review. And jewelry.
This is J-Lo stuff. Yeah.
This is
That is very pretty.
Is that real?
Whoops.
Costume.
What? But no.
That's real low,
Yeah,
Jane.
that's very low, J-Lo. That's right. What do you, I mean, give us some hints, some fashion tips.
Fashion tips?
Yeah.
I think my
your
biggest
sense of fashion.
You know, I think my biggest fashion tip is to dress for your body. Do you know what I mean? I think there's all kinds of different styles, and I'm the biggest fashion victim there is. You know what I mean? So, you basically, you know, sometimes you see things that you want to wear that you think are going to look great, and then they just don't
look good on you. Come on, Jen.
Things, certain silhouettes.
do the trend.
Every silhouette doesn't work on everybody. You know what I mean? And you just have to kind of dress. I think that's the best thing. That's the best advice I could give anybody.
I love it that Jane says that she doesn't exercise anymore. That is the greatest.
I don't want to exercise anymore either.
Right? You don't know.
You have to, though.
I do.
You do have to.
But I mean, I'm falling apart, so I have to wait until after I operated. But she introduced me to
You
your,
just said
your
operated.
velour.
Wait a second. Don't scare Jane. You just said before you get operated on, and I don't want people to get scared that you're going to have a
Hip replacement.
Oh, so you have to exercise a little bit.
Hip replacement.
No,
right?
I don't
And I
want
know
them to
that I'm going to, when I recover, I'm going to wear her velour things. Which, I mean, it's all I wear. It's so comfortable.
Yeah.
With little heart things.
Yeah, listen,
You know what I'm talking about?
both of you have got the kinds of figures where you can wear anything. But while we're talking about that, there is a quote when we're talking about the red carpet, and you said, because you have had so much written about you, you said there's a skill in knowing when you have to kind of drop out. Remember saying this?
Yeah.
And when it is time to come back again and do that red carpet. At what point do you take the breath and say, okay, I'm going to plunge into all that stuff again?
When you have a movie to promote, you have to be out there. It's part of your job. you know, these days. But no, what I was talking about there basically was, you know, there's a time when you're just all over the place, and these days with the different magazines that there are now, you know, there's just so much they see you everywhere, they follow you everywhere, so there's so much out there about you, you know, so you have to learn how to kind of control that.
Well,
We've had to adjust. I have had to adjust my life a little bit.
But look at your life now.
That didn't exist when I was out there. You know, they didn't have that kind of scrutiny.
Yeah, so.
Oh, well, you had a lot of scrutiny.
Not like her. Yeah. Are you kidding?
It's much worse now.
No,
well,
it's just terrible.
Now you've got so many new things. You've got a new album coming out.
That's right.
You have a new CD. You just released. It's called Rebirth.
Yes. Thank you. I like the music. I love the music.
You call it Rebirth, which says a lot, and you said it's riskier than anything that you've done.
Yeah, musically, I tried a lot of different things. I wanted to add more funk elements. You know, I was known more for just a pop R&B thing, and I just tried some different things here, and it really turned out well. It was really, I feel like it's the best album I've made so far. Yeah, it's good though. It's all delicious stuff, and I'm really grateful. It's a great time.
And so do you. I mean, the book, the movie, everything's perking now.
The hip replacement.
That's going to go okay. That'll be fun. So proud of you.
I looked at her. We went to dinner one night with some people from the crew, and I just looked down the table at Jennifer, and I said, you know why I'm in awe of her? One of the reasons I'm in awe of her, she's got so many rings to her circus, you know, the clothes and the perfume and the music and the movies, and she's still romantic. I've never been with anybody who was as romantic as she is. I mean, it's like that's the only thing going on in her life.
Is that why you went to bed with her? Or is
that's why we slept together.
It's also sort of nice to be romantic, right, Jen? When you've got one of the greatest voices in the world that can sing you to sleep at night.
Lullabies, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Not bad at all.
He is so cool. Oh, my Lord. You are so, I mean, you're both lucky.
And you know what? We've been very lucky to have you back here. We love having you all the time, Jane. Welcome to the couch again. Yeah. Come back and visit. Our thanks to Jane Fonda. I know, I was glad to be here now. Jennifer Lopez, Jane Fonda, Monster-in-Law is in theaters today, and everyone in our audience is getting a copy of the soundtrack from the movie. We'll be right back.